It is, excuse me, the wee morning hours of November 22nd, 2015, Sunday. And I want to talk about an aspect of judgment and judging others, being judged. But we want to we want to get really specific because that subject can branch out in a million different directions. But we want to kind of hone it in to this idea, which is the statement that a person might make: I cannot be judged. So, first of all, if somebody says that and they're saying it truthfully, what is really communicating is my universe is not going to be affected. Is that the right word? My universe will not be affected by the judgments of those who are not me. Is there a better way to communicate that? Let's see, maybe if we could think of an illustration to help us kind of understand that idea. Oh, you get to hear me yawn. Lucky you. Like, oh Lord, can't you do this tomorrow? I don't know. Well, what we'll do is we'll pull it back to be able to truthfully express those sentiments to another person. You will have had to already have expressed those feelings within. Okay, so it all starts at the core, at point 0 point. But I don't know what that point is called. It starts in us. That is where these feelings are birthed. So otherwise, they're just ideas that you read in a book somewhere that seem to have struck a chord within you and perhaps touched the tip of the iceberg of your soul, so to speak, that those are true, good sentiments. I cannot be judged. It seems right. It feels right. The energy in there feels like something that it resonates within us deeply somewhere. But be that as it may, if we have not come to a place within ourselves that judgment, there's no place in us where judgment rests against us on any level for who we are, for all the different features, aspects of ourselves. If it's not in there, then we're ready for phase 2 or whatever, so to speak, which is, and you can't really call it a phase 2, I guess. Everything kind of blends into everything else. Just like when you look at the colors of the rainbow, you don't see these rigid demarcations between the colors, right? they merge into each other. And that's what the life experience here is. That's how we are taught So we begin to, first we become aware of these ideas of accepting ourselves, of acknowledging the different aspects of ourselves, of that's first, and then the accepting, and um, to actually realizing that each on their own has their own beauty. It's just within certain circumstances, they don't do the thing. But if we could just recognize that all of the different colors, all of the different shades, all of the different shadows, all of the different hues, all of the different, however many ways you can describe it, they all have a purpose. And so you start to come to that kind of a feeling inside about yourself, what makes you you, your signature, so to speak. So many people feel like their identification, their identity is, the color of my skin, the color of my eyes, the color of my hair, my height, my weight, my this, my that. That's just that surface stuff, right? What we really are at our core is the signature, the energy that we carry, the different, scratch that energy thing, the signature having to do with all of the varying degrees of the different aspects of ourselves. Because the problem, if there's a problem, is that there's an imbalance of the different aspects, and where certain ones would be more suitable in certain situations, others will not. And if we keep calling upon those in these different situations that happen to us, well, then it's not met well. It doesn't work out well. It's just, like 1 plus 1 is not 17. It just doesn't. So, if that helps, if that confused you, then just forget about that. And so we have rid ourselves of judgment within. It's like you got to get the hell out. You don't belong here anymore. You serve no purpose whatsoever. You completely, you must have lost your way somewhere. Get the fuck out. Bye. See ya. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. You get the point. So now that will start to manifest in this, paradigm, place, reality, thing, realm, whatever, here on Earth, as humans, dealing with other humans. It can't help, because what's in is going to come out. And so if that's what's in, it's going to start to come out. And small things at first, maybe you'll say, ordinarily I would have, taken offense to that person finding some deformity in me. I would have. But little by little, you realize that, the thing that you overcame is not about to be torn apart by some outside influence. People who, in their opinions, they don't know, because you realize you don't know the deep, deep parts of me the way I do. And I've come to terms, and that's a word expression, because that just means I've accepted the fucked upness inside of me, which is not really what it is. What we say is I've gone through me, and at least started to, and I'm okay. I'm good with where I'm at, And if you're not, to hell with you, right? And that's beautiful. That is the metamorphosis of we're taking a person who has felt threatened and judged by himself and by others and by society and by everything in this place, and that person just has begun to have stirrings of wakefulness, of veils being lifted, and so that transformation within is going to be made manifest without. And it is what it is. If that is what is happening inside, that is what's going to be happening on the outside. And eventually you will, it grows. So like it'll start out in small things, and then before you know it, you'll be like, I don't really care what, maybe it'll start with the most critical people that you are associated with for whatever reason. They're really, really critical ones of you. You'll start to see that it's just, this is kind of out of balance here, this is going on, and you'll start to draw away from that because that's not in alignment with who you are becoming now, right? Because who you are becoming doesn't accept that inside anymore. It doesn't accept it. And so you'll start to withdraw in that way, and then it'll grow more. And then eventually, perhaps, can't make any hard and fast rules here, but, you may see that you're coming to a place where, screw it. Even if, all the people, the whole community, all the relatives, all the country, all the world says that I'm a no good piece of shit, so be it. Because I can't be judged. Because the judgment doesn't exist in my world anymore. It's not part of the framework of my universe, which starts within. And the judgment speaks more to your condition, how you feel about where you are in your universe, in the world, and your dealings with yourself and your dealings with others. That's what I hear when you come at me with judgment against me. You're speaking on things that have everything to do with you. And at this point in my life, in my existence, nothing to do with me. Couldn't care less. I couldn't give a rat's ass if you thought I was red, blue, purple, green, up, down, yes, no, right or left. It doesn't even matter. See? So that's kind of, excuse me. That's kind of, excuse me, I've been having this throat thing lately. The snort was a nice touch, don't you think? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop this in a moment, but, because now I sound like there's marbles in my throat or something, which there are not, but that's not going to be enjoyable for anybody on the listening end. Anyway, that was the aspect of that subject of judgment that we wanted to kind of put out there this morning, rather. It looks like evening, for all intents and purposes, looking out the window right now. But anyway, at any rate, that's what we want to talk about. So, much love.